right, so this is Ms. Fennell today with directions on what you are supposed to be doing. So first of all, you will be going to your Chromebooks and going to the Science Schoology page and pulling up today's instructions on Schoology. So as you can see in the thing, there are 4 different activities you should be working on today. And each one of these, I will be checking with you tomorrow to make sure that you've got them done. So they will be graded and things tomorrow. So activity 1 says read what happened to patient 23 on the patient 23 slideshow and then fill in the chart on page 14 of your packet. So you are going to need a Chromebook and your packet to do this one. So when we go to the patient 23 slideshow and you click on that, there is a slideshow with what was happening with our patient 23. So this first slide, we have seen this before. We've been working with this one. Week 1, our patient, doctor's notes, they're feeling normal. They are infected, they're not infected, but they have only good bacteria in their microbiome. Remember, the blue shades and the purple shades are the helpful and good bacteria that they have in their intestines. Week 3, we know our patient is sick, and we're pretty sure the cause is this orange species right here. It's the C. jejuni, which we read a little bit in our microbiome article last week. The patient is vomiting, has diarrhea, and a fever. The treatment typically for a bacteria infection is antibiotics. So we give them antibiotics, the doctor did, and sent them home. They check in with the patient on week 5. And in week 5, the patient is feeling good. They're feeling well. The treatment has worked. The antibiotics have worked. We take a sample of their microbiome and we get this weird graph for week 5. Now, what this is showing us is that they only have good bacteria left. The purples and the blues are all good ones, but you notice they're missing a couple of the good species. And then also, all of this represents empty space in their microbiome. So they have good ones left, but then a whole bunch of empty space. This is after they were treated with the antibiotics, all right? So he sent them home, and then they come back again in week 7. In week 7, the patient was feeling sick, and there was a new type of bacteria in his gut that was not there before. It is the dreaded red one here, and it is about a species called C. difficile. C. difficile is how you say that. And so this time, this person's down for the count. They are in bed. They are reporting stomach pain, severe diarrhea, and bloating. Okay, so at this point, if we just give them more antibiotics, is that going to solve the problem? It's probably just going to kill off. Remember, antibiotics not only kill off bad ones, they also kill off good ones. All right, so week 7, the treatment that our patient 23 gets is something called a fecal transplant. Now, we'll be learning more about what and how that's done. But instead of giving them more antibiotics, they do this fecal transplant instead. So week 7, once again, they're feeling bad. We give them the fecal transplant, and they come back 2 weeks later for a checkup. Doctor's notes, they feel normal again. And look at their microbiome. Did the fecal transplant work? Well, look at that. It restored their entire microbiome back to only having good species in there again. All right, so you're going to, once again, look through that slideshow, click through the slideshow, and then you're going to go into your packet. And in your packet on page, I believe it is 14, there is a chart. And so you're going to make this as a tool. This is going to help you write your patient 23 argument next week. So for each week, you look at the pie chart, you tell me the patient's symptoms, you tell me what colors of bacteria they had. You don't have to use the scientific names of the bacteria because those are crazy, but you can write down, did they have purples, blues, reds, orange, and then what treatment did they get? So week 1, it would be none because they didn't get any treatment that week. And then you do that for the rest of the week. So week 3, what were their symptoms? What colors of bacteria are in their pie chart? And of course, that week they got their antibiotics. All right. So it also says you should answer the questions on the back of this paper. We'll worry about that next week. For today, if you can just get the chart completed on page 14, that would be great. All right. So that is activity 1. For activity 2, you're going to read activities 2 and 3 actually. This is all in your packet. You are going to read about 1 bad species of bacteria and 2 good species of bacteria. So activity 2 says read pages 5 and 6 in your packet about a species of bad bacteria and then answer the questions about that bacteria on page 11. So going to your packet, skipping around here a little bit, but page 5 and 6. Page 5 is about the C. difficile bacteria. These are the bad ones, all right? So we have an introductory paragraph here. We have a couple paragraphs about the environment they like to live in, a couple paragraphs about their normal role in humans, and then finally, super gross pictures of intestines, woohoo, and a paragraph about their role in disease. So then if you go to the page in your packet, page 11 is the one that has the C. difficile questions. So I put these in the order of the article. So there's 2 questions from the introduction paragraph, 3 questions from the environment paragraphs, 2 from the normal role in humans, and 3 from the role in disease. So please read that article about that bad C. difficile bacteria. That's the one that infected our patient in week 7, until you read a little bit more about that species of bad bacteria. Then activity 3 says read pages 7 through 10 and answer those questions. So if we go back to page 7 and 10, these pages are all about 2 of the good bacteria. L. reuteri is a good bacteria. So you're going to read about its environment, its normal role in humans, and its role in disease, okay? And you can click, there will be posted links if you want to see the color. This diagram is kind of nice to look at in color. So the online link to that is here too. And then with the questions, there's on page 12, questions about L. reuteri. And again, we have questions from the introduction, the environment section, the normal role in humans, and the role in disease. Finally, you're going to read about B. fragilis. And so if we go to the B. fragilis, that is our final type of good bacteria. Okay, you're going to read about that one and then answer the fill-in-the-blank questions there. The final thing, activity 4, if you have time. Now these 3 things for sure, we are going to check in tomorrow and make sure you have completed them. Activity 4, if you can at least get a start on these today, that would be really good. Click on the microbiome test 3 notes vocab. It's all vocab words. And you're going to put these on what should be the very last page of your packet. The last page of your packet should be the notebook paper we stapled there the other day. So if you could just please read the directions, write the title at the top of your paper. This would be on the back of the sheet you wrote on the other day. Microbiome notes material for quiz 3. Fecal transplant. Write the definition. Microbiome, write the definition. Bacteria, write the definition. So write each word and the definitions. And if you could get a start on that today, it's quite a bit of writing today, I realize, and then we will have a little bit of time to finish these tomorrow. But activities 1 through 3 for sure should be done. Please stay at your own seat at your table. You may talk quietly with the folks at your table to help one another out on questions if you would like. All right, please work hard, be quiet, and be respectful. I will be giving you pride points for what kind of report you get from the sub when I come back tomorrow. Thank you so much and have a fabulous Thursday.